Hello, my name is Akbar. I'm a comedian from Mumbai, India. This is my first time doing a show in the United Kingdom. I am from India. I've been here a couple of months. I'm told, Akbar, your English is very good. You're very comprehensible. Now, here's the thing. I did not want my English to be very good. I did not even want to speak it. But 250 years ago, some British people came over to India and told us, speak like this. This is a better language. And we said, all right. We were quite impressed. You had wigs, you were cross-dressing, it was good. Fans of the empire in the house. And we were learning. You said, yeah, English is an easy language. Write down, Salisbury. He said, no, it gets easier. That was a hard one. Gets easier. Write down, Siobhan. It was going well. It was going fine. Suddenly, 1947, middle of the night, you guys just left. Just ran away. World's first Brexit. Leaving a generation of Indians, like my father, sounding like this. Like a love child of Downton Abbey and a Bangalore call centre. And we asked you, Britain, we said, what are we now in India supposed to do with this accent? You said, we don't know yet. But maybe in 60, 70 years, when your economy picks up, you've got that accent. When our credit cards don't work, you can answer our phones. Is that all right, Ramesh, or shall I call you Theodore? She's better. It's going well, though. The empire was going well for a while. You gave us things we did not have. You said, India, you have a lot of malaria, disgusting, you're dying, it's horrible. Here, have some gin and tonic. We said, that's not bad, gin and tonic. These people are not bad. It's very nice people, gin and tonic. Then you said, here, have some tea. We're like, oh, this is very nice. This is our tea. What kind of treachery is this? They're selling our stuff back to us. What are they calling this scam? The British Empire. Not bad. It's not bad. But now, now it's two distinctly separate countries, 70 years of Indian independence. You are a democracy. We are whatever we are. Just a billion people running around saying, give me Facebook. And now I love studying differences in our cultures. My first time in Britain for an extended period, I was surprised to find how polite your people are, and how your language works at two levels. You say a thing in the English language, it means a whole different thing. If someone says to me in Britain, Anavab, I have a slight issue. It means I've killed their whole family. So polite. And I was reading that apparently, yesterday in the newspaper, it says, Britain now has third world levels of corruption. And the accusation was, two of your ministers, this was from news a while ago, two of your ministers had gone to Sri Lanka on a business trip, had spent £5,000 more than they should have on Her Majesty's government's credit card, on personal expenses, crabs and massages. And for that, the accusation was they should be fired. This is third world levels of corruption, unacceptable in Britain. Third world levels of corruption was the accusation. Now, I know a thing or two about corruption where I'm from. It is the only thing we value above integrity. It's the first time anywhere in the world people are clapping for corruption. So I read that, and it said, accused of stealing how much? £5,000? Amateurs. 2 weeks ago, a government minister in India walked into the treasury where the money is printed, stole the machine that prints money, and put it in his house. And he wasn't fired, he was fined, which he paid off by printing the money. When you get there, Britain, call me. Amateur, corrupt people. But you know, I like coming to Britain because Britain, I cannot lie to Britain about India. Your knowledge of geography of my country, very vast. Because, you know, most of your great-grandfathers invaded every toilet, put in the flag. You know about the world. You've been there almost too much. You know where you can lie about India? America. I was in America and they get very impressed by basic geography. Like if you just know capitals of places. This lady told me, Anavab, India sounds so fascinating. We are from Ohio, we've never left, but India sounds incredible. What happens over there? What happens? A country of 1 billion people, the Mughal Empire, the British Empire, I could say all of that. But the only thing as an Indian person I value above corruption is being diminutive and treacherous. Diminutive is genetic, treachery I've learned from the best. So, when she said, what happens over there? I could say whatever I wanted. She'd believe me. Said, my name is Anavab. In ancient Sanskrit, it means washing machine. She said, do you guys have like elections in a democratic government? We have a president through elections. You guys have something similar? I said, I don't know what that is, no. No, we don't have any of that. What we do is, the entire country is run by the app Uber. So every time you need a government, you just click on the app, whoever locally volunteers, he's your prime minister. You know why you're clapping, right? You in Britain are thinking, that's a pretty good system of government. Let's open the apps. Who is our prime minister this week? I don't know who's around in SW1. It's like that. It's not a bad system. But she carried on. They were lovely, though, in America. You see, because I think some cultures think certain things are specific to their country, whereas most things are now universal and global. You know, I live in New India now. New India. 1 billion people, 800 million of them under the age of 30, all wanting to work for Google. It's like living inside a search engine. Everybody's young, they're all millennials. And millennial Indian people, they don't have real names anymore. Indian names derive from Sanskrit. Abhishek, Rajiv, derived from Sanskrit. Now it's just noises. Black, blue, flat white, vision. Every person, Indian person's name sounds like a cafe in Reykjavik. It's just noises. And it's very hard if you live in a very digital tech country, wants to be the leader of the world in tech. It's hard for old people. My mother is 75. She just signed up for Twitter. Under pressure of the culture. She said, no, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitter. And she started following celebrities, Hollywood and Bollywood celebrities. And she thought, lovely thought, at 75, the moment you're following these people, you are friends with them. I did not correct her. The actor Hugh Grant, who she follows, wrote on Twitter, hey Mumbai, catch me next week, coming for a UNICEF conference. My mother wrote back right away, can't come. Busy. Change the date, Hugh. Fantastic. But before I leave you, I have to tell you this. This is my first time in Britain, and I'm quite taken. Before I left, my wife said, listen, you're very fat. You're going to be an embarrassment to all of India. Go for yoga. Try and lose some weight, go for yoga. Now, here's the thing. I went to a yoga clinic in Mumbai. And here's the thing. I've realized when I come here how much yoga has become our greatest export. And I have to tell you this, London, yoga was not invented in an espresso shop in Shoreditch. Yoga was invented in 4 BC when accidentally an old Indian man found his right leg on the back of his head. looked around and said, you know what, there's a business here. But my yoga, this is how global the world is, but my yoga teacher in Mumbai, where we invented the thing, was a British lady. We outsourced it to you, you outsourced it back. Her name was Emma. She said, none of you Indian husbands are fat. The class was filled with fat, obese husbands. All walking around going, your wife sent you. You're fat. You're disgusting. And she said, none of you are fat. All your wives are body shaming you. We said, okay, we're not fat. What are we? She said, you are oysters in a beautiful ocean. And what you have is not a belly, but a covering to hide the pearl inside you, you beautiful oyster. And we said, this is how they conquered India. Ladies and gentlemen, you thank you very much. You've been a delightful audience. I would have loved to have stayed, but I'm in London for one more day, and I have to run to the British Museum to pick up some of my granddad's things. So I don't...